75. Resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
This one complete to Melton. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man, that's Olave. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
They'll go again here with Kamara. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's tipped and intercepted. Accelerating toward midfield. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field. And this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick six.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry here for Kyron Williams. Open space inside the 10. And he's going to take this all the way home. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, L.A. His 6th touchdown now for the season. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. Now an opening past the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Open man down the field. It's Olave. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Back to throw. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he will get into the end zone. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The motion man is Nakua. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's called in on the left by Nakua. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. The motion man is Nakua. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Now it's Williams. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Well, they weren't going to get him the 2nd time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
It's another run here for Williams. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll locate Cup. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
That's taken in by Higbee. They get 18 yards on 4th down and a fresh set of downs.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll go with Williams. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. They'll try to run it with Williams. And that big offensive block, clearing space. He's in. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, Rams. That his second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year.
Is good. Makes the score Rams 14, Saints 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. A good return as he takes it across the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to New Orleans after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Right back to Hill. He's got it again. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And he's in. Milton. Touchdown Saints. Hoopy now for the extra point. He knocks it through. Saints will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. 10 now from the 36. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Off he goes.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner, and that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He's got room past the 35. He's on his way. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 95 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
3 seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Saints 21, Rams 14.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And no run back here as this third quarter begins with a touchback. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. First down throw there is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. Again, working deep downfield.
Find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. This brought in out past the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. By Hill. Inside the 20. And he will go all the way. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, New Orleans. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. On 1st down, they'll start out with Kamara. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
The tackle by Clinton Wade. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
Here's Kamara. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short.
46-yard line. It's a gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Pass is caught by Olave. And he will score. Chris Olave. Touchdown Saints. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ball game.
The score, Saints 35, Rams 14. Blake Brookie to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. First and 10. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Jordan Whittington. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On second down, a run with Williams. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down. A give, and here comes Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. The motion man is Nakua. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. He'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
You see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
Back to throw. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on fourth down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Kamara. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Saints first down. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Olave is the motion man. Here comes the jet sweep. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Quentin Lake. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
A gain of 4 as he's... Here's a 2nd and 6. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he will score. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to
the speed on display. He's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Unloads downfield looking for Nakua. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Pass is completed to Cup. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
One of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing now from the gun. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
I think you just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Now, faking the give. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but it can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll look to throw again. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. It's a give now to Kamara. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 41 yards. Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down. So this one, a win for the Saints. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago. And they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.